Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season for Blizzard to skim money from charity. Fa la 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 la. Okay, this video is going to really depend on you, to be perfectly honest with you, because it's going to appeal to your own personal sense of fairness and morality, whatever that may be. Because God knows it seems to be a broad spectrum. So I expect a broad spectrum of comments, answers, tweets, whatever. But I'll give my 10 cents because this is about charity. And I recently, of course, have done a charity drive, small charity drive. I'm only a one-man band. You know, I can only do so much. And I'm going to talk to you about my campaign and my thoughts behind my campaign and where I came from, so you can sort of understand perfectly clear mine. So what's going on? Well, we got this little cute thing. It's an in-game pet, you know, for World of Warcraft, and Blizzard have put this video out. Adopt Dottie and support Make-A-Wish and We, which are two different charities. Now, rather interestingly, this has only been active for a little while. It's got 15,000 views, but look at the ratio. That's quite a lot of kickback for a charity pet. Bearing in mind as well that Blizzard right now, for the people who are playing the game, are sort of on a okay, you know, things are okay period. Most people seem to have already forgotten about their, you know, disgusting treatment of Blitzchung and American universities because they're supporting China, who are against democracy and freedom and all that kind of stuff. They seem to have forgotten that because they had BlizzCon and BlizzCon showed them some shiny games. And so they were like, ooh, shiny games. We love you, Blizzy. Because people are like that. But it's a pretty weird like to dislike ratio. So why is this going on? Well, let's have a look at the answers, maybe. This is coming directly from the Blizzard website. Meet Dottie, the adorable baby alpaca. When you adopt her in-game or in plushie form, you'll be helping Make-A-Wish and We charities aid children in need. Now, I imagine most of us here, including myself, are aware, even though I'm British, of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's a charity that gives kids, I believe, with terminal illnesses, the ability to have their dream come true, you know. They're going through a lot. It's really hard, and, you know, they imagine they'll never be able to go to Disneyland. They do a Make-A-Wish. They take them to Disneyland. I want to meet John Cena, and all that kind of stuff. You know, meet their favourite sports stars, wrestling stars, film stars, whatever it may be. And a lot of people do get involved in that organisation. And it's it sounds like a very worthwhile charity for a very difficult period of time for, you know, not just the child, but for their parents and immediate family as well. And then we have We, which I must confess I had to look into as to what they do. But Blizzard have hyperlinked to their organisation sites as well. And We tends to be, or appears to be, a bit more of a proactive charity, in as much as it will provide the infrastructure for you to work. It will provide the necessary tools, etc., that you require in an effort to get rid of child labour. Because they believe one of the root causes of child labour is extreme poverty. So obviously, it's a worthwhile cause. Nothing wrong with these charities, you know, in terms of at least the motivation behind them. When you purchase the in-game pet by December 31st, so until the end of this month, 2019, in the Blizzard shop or the in-game shop, we'll donate 100% of the purchase price to be shared equally with Make-A-Wish and We. So, split 50-50. So when you think about it, there's a lot of money to be earned here. This is the charity pet. You can see that it comes in at £9 British. So that'll probably equate to, I don't know, $12.50. They'll do something along those kind of lines. The plushie, however, that's a bit of a different one. There we go. I tried to find it in the plushies. It wasn't. I had to go to this link here. So we got the Dotty plushie, and that's coming in at $30. So that would probably come in at like £22, 23 British pounds, somewhere along those kind of lines. So between the two of them, they're probably set to make quite a bit of money, which is great because this is for charity. This is where you come in, your own sense of fairness and your own sense of morality, because we have the little chat about, you know, Dotties are blah, blah, blah. We have a little bit about Make-A-Wish and a little bit about We. But it's when you get to the small print, down at the bottom. Donation amount for in-game pet excludes chargebacks, refunds and value-added tax, VAT, or other similar taxes paid with a maximum donation amount of $3 million from all sales of the Dotty in-game pet and plushie for charity. So even though it's stating here that the charity period is from now to the end of the month, if Blizzard, however, were to make $10 million in sales from the pair of them, the charities would only receive $1.5 million each, whereas Blizzard would pocket themselves $7 million profit. They would be profiteering from charity. Now, this is where my own morality comes in. I can't do that. So I'm going to very quickly just jump to here, okay? This is the charity event which I did recently. Okay, I purchased 200 mugs and I've got one right here in front of me. I put the breast cancer awareness logo on for October. My catchphrase, ladies, when I say something smutty. And then my own logo, pink on the inside. Hot chocolate has dried on the inside. We're all pink on the inside. And pink handle. And I had 200 of these made up. I've taken some for myself. So what I did is when I was putting this together, you know, I got my quote for what the mugs would cost, what the printing would cost, and all that kind of stuff, handling, you know, labour, blah, 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 to have it all done. So I got my quotation and I said, you know, I had to say to myself, right, are we going to make any profit from this? That's a question that you do ask yourself. So I'm going to make any profit from this at all? And it took me about 2 seconds to come to the answer of no. Because I just immediately thought to myself, if I make 30% profit per mug and I give 70% profit to the charity, I just immediately thought that would just be scummy. That would be sleazy. Because I would be using a charity to make a profit for myself. I couldn't do it. Just my own morality, that's all. I'm not trying to play, I'm superior, I'm better than anyone. Because like I said, everyone's got different ideas and values of fairness and whatnot. But it took me, like I said, about 2 seconds to think, no, if I do this, 100% of the profit has got to go to charity. I can't make money from this. That wouldn't be the right reason to do something like this. If you're going to do something for charity, you've got to be doing it for the charity and believe in that charity, which I did. And so 100% of the profits went to the Breast Cancer UK. So we sold 181. You know, like I said, I took a few myself for, friends and family and stuff purposes, whatnot. And we made £1,650 pounds worth of profit. And so I decided to also put in £350 of my own money to boost it up to 2,000, around 2,000. So I thought that would just be a much nicer amount to give to charity. And if I'm doing it, I've got to put my money where my mouth is as well, really. And, you know, everyone else was chipping in. People were buying these like hotcakes, and it was phenomenal. So I believe that I also had to contribute. So I put in my whack to put it to 2,000. Have paid the money to Breast Cancer UK. I'm waiting for my certificate. They're going to send me a certificate. So I'm waiting for my certificate to show all that, which I'll be, you know, very happy to display for you guys and gals. But that was the way that I thought about it. To me, if Blizzard are going to do an event, a charity event for 1 month, I mean, they're a business. So ultimately, although some of us could argue rather easily, if you're going to do a charity pet, why doesn't it always be a charity pet? Always. It's not as if you're short of a bob or two, is it, Blizzard? We see the financial reports. We see how much profit you make. So it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to have a constant charity pet. But, you know, heaven forbid they'll ever do something like that. So, for me, the very least, if they're saying the charity period is from now to the end of the month, then give all the fucking money to them, for Christ's sake. Seriously, come on. This cap is so scummy. So scummy. It's like, it just brings back immediate thoughts about when they tricked people. They literally scammed people to purchase the toys for the esport competitors. And they made it sound very much so that they were going to put $250,000 each between the two esport competitions. And then the profit, whatever it was, 25% or whatever it was, that was going to be made from the toys would go on top. But no, they didn't put a brass farthing in. Not a single dime in. And the only prize pool money that came was from you, the person that purchased the toys. If you put nothing in, Blizzard would have had a minimum of $250,000 per one. But if you hadn't put anything in, Blizzard would have had to shill up. Blizzard didn't. They didn't pay a single piece. And this here just smatters of the same thing. Once they got 3 mil, it's profit time. Profit off the kids. Let's profit off dying children. That's not a moral decision I could personally make. I would have 100% of the purchase price going to the charities with no cap. No cap on how much money they can have. So the maximum they can have each is 1.5 million. That's the maximum they can have. Is Blizzard going to have a running total on here? Amount earned so far? I mean, I think they're morally obliged to do so. Oh, we've raised up this much so far, so when people hit the cap and they're wanting to do it for the sake of the charity, then they can say, all right, okay, I don't have to purchase this now, Blizzard, thank you. Because you've reached your charity cap. Now, I also have to say, $1.5 million each isn't to be sniffed at. That has to go without say. But also, you have to call upon the motivation for this. And the motivation seems that Blizzard know they'll most likely make more than 3 million from the sales of the two combined. So for them, this is just another way to utilise something, in this case a charity, to profiteer. I think it's pretty dirty. I think it's really dirty. But it's up to you where you draw the line at fair and moral. Me personally, not so much. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming links. They're in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You'd think they'd say, you know, all the contributions to our billion-dollar company will go to charity, and we'll also chuck in, you know, 25% of all money raised. But no, it's Blizzard. You take care. Bye for now.